What are you looking for? Where will your heart's desire take you?
Let's go!
Okay, how's it going, everybody? JJ Starwind is here, and welcome to another Starwind Corner episode. This will be episode 72. And yeah, there's a lot of news all over the place right now. It's been crazy. So I got one that's just breaking, but I think by the time I post this, like, pretty much everybody will know what's going on. And that involves the son of LeBron James Jr., better known as Bronny. But first, I want to briefly fulfill one of my promises to a subscriber that commented on the last episode when I posted it about the whole Carlee thing. So, no surprise, she did in fact lie to the police about her alleged kidnapping and seeing some random toddler out in the middle of the interstate, which really made no sense at all. Like, who would even believe that? Okay. The last place I would place a toddler if I was trying to get rid of it somehow was to put it on the public highway for everybody to see. Like, come on. Like, come on now. That makes no sense. So, yeah, she didn't confess on her own, and she didn't make a public apology on her own, which is still a bad look in my eyes. So, but nonetheless, Hoover police did their job. They got her to confess that she never got kidnapped during the 2 days that she was missing. So yeah, she needs to do some time, and she needs to pay a whole lot of money to a whole bunch of people for lying. And that's the end of that. And whatever little nursing or medical career she was trying to pursue, forget about it. It's over. She can stick a fork in that and just move on and try to do better and be better. But anyway, let's get back to Bronny. So I was listening to a couple of sports channels and even some gossip channels, because they're so shocked that this happened to Bronny James, and it's a little disappointing to see some people talk about the jab did it. You know, talking about coronavirus. Even though if that's the case, there should be way more guys collapsing on the ground because they took the jab, right? Why it just randomly happened to LeBron's son? You would think, right? Makes no sense. Basically, I think, really, this sounds like a case of overworking. I mean, this young man, he's trying to train hard for a spot at the college level at the University of Southern California, Los Angeles. I mean, not Los Angeles, that's UCLA. USC, excuse me. University of Southern California, sorry. And he's trying very hard to get a spot in that roster so that way he can get into the NBA as quickly as he can and at least try to play either against his father or with his father. Because LeBron James Sr. has said many times he wanted to end his career out by having at least one season playing alongside his son as a rookie. Okay? At least that was a big dream of his before he officially hung it up. You know, that kind of, for right now, that kind of derails it, and we don't know how this will affect Bronny's confidence trying to get back into basketball. But I definitely think he needs to take some time off, because clearly dude was working pretty hard out on the court. I'm not sure what kind of workout those scouts were doing to those guys or the coaching staff, trying to get those boys ready for the upcoming season. But it seems like they were doing a pretty high intensity workout, and LeBron's body just randomly couldn't take it no more, or at least it's hard anyway. Okay, I mean, it happens. You can't sit here and act like these guys are superhumans or gods. You know, yeah, he was relatively healthy. He didn't have any of the health issues. But we can't sit here and act like this can't happen to a strong guy. You know, because I'll give you an example. Even his dad, going back to 2014, there was a game again in the finals against the San Antonio Spurs. I remember LeBron James was scoring at will in the third quarter. I believe it was game 4. And what people don't realize is the stadium in San Antonio at the time was really hot. It was like over 90 degrees inside the gym. It was very hot. It was unusual for a basketball game, even in the finals. And around the fourth quarter, LeBron messed around and got cramps. So he couldn't play no more, and he ended up losing the game and eventually the series. So it makes me wonder, like, had the AC in that building been more conditioned and at the usual temperature, could LeBron James continue his offensive onslaught and maybe somehow Miami wins that game? But it didn't happen. So it can happen even against the so-called kings of their sport. So I'm not surprised that the so-called prince of basketball messed around, got a cardiac arrest. I think the only real surprise is the fact that he's just 18 years old having this happen to him. That's the shocker. Like, he's too young to have a heart attack or cardiac arrest. That's the real shocker. But as far as him, like, training very to the point where he's trying to, like, make a roster spot and get to the NBA as quickly as possible, I can't be too shocked. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it there. There's so much news going on too, but it's too much to try to keep up with. Really, some of it I'm not even gonna touch because of how ridiculous it is. But I guess over time I can probably talk about that. So yeah, that's it. We'll go ahead and cut this off here. You tell me what you guys think about that unfortunate situation, and see how quickly or how soon can Bronny James get back on the court, if at all. All right, this is JJ Starwind, and I'll see you all next time.